Wait, when did are these all supposed to be here? I can't remember where they go. Is this happening to you? The title of this video is, do you have this problem? There's gonna be many other videos that are in this series, and they're all gonna center around one specific problem that our funnel solves. Let's dive into what this actually looks like. Let's say you've got your pipeline here. The first problem that we see all the time, there is one pipeline stage that's got tons of cards under it. Now you've got all of these cards, you're not quite sure where they came into. Let's make this even longer. You've got these estimates. Okay, you got a lead here, you got a lead here, you got a lead here, you got a lead here. Wait, when did are these all supposed to be here? I can't remember where they go. So now you have to go into their contact record and actually see when the last time you communicated with them is and see where they need to go. But here's the problem. The whole thing is broken now, because now if you move them to some other form of follow-up, it's gonna be totally tone deaf. You're not gonna have any idea when the last time you actually spoke to them was, or even if you find out, you're not gonna really be able to pick up the ball without doing some sort of a manual transaction where you're basically sending a message, either email or calling or texting or something like that, that basically bridges the gap of where your follow-up is gonna start, your nurturing is gonna start, and where they kind of left off. Right there, this breaks the entire funnel. So having this pipeline stack is a huge problem for a lot of companies, and it's not just other companies. We have had this problem in the past too, and it's a terrible feeling because it's like you look at your pipeline and you're like, oh man, there's 500 people in this stage. I can't remember where they go. Maybe we changed the workflow or something like that. So this is exactly what happened in the past, right? So we were running a campaign, specific campaign, which we ended up stopping. That campaign brought everybody to a specific pipeline stage. We had like 500 people there. And then we stopped this campaign. That pipeline stage wasn't actually associated with any other workflows, and we didn't have any sort of logic to push them over to the next stage. What ended up happening was, it was a terrible feeling because I'm looking at it being like, wow, we spent like $20,000 on a bunch of cards, on a bunch of leads that now we just totally broke the follow-up process on. It's a total waste of money, a total waste of effort, and it's a terrible feeling. Let's say like you've got people, they're coming in, they enter in the new lead, and then a lot of people are just kind of manually upkeeping and moving things along the pipeline. And then the biggest thing here is that it ends at some point. It ends somewhere, usually after the job is done. Or usually if it's not a job, it ends after a set amount of touch points after the new lead comes in. And eventually people give up and they're like, okay, this isn't working. I can't get a hold of them. It's probably not a good lead. Let's just forget about them. Those two things basically create this endpoint. And if you've got an endpoint, then you have this really linear process that just falls off a cliff. And that's not a way to spend your money. These leads cost money. A lot of the times, in order to win over trust, because that's essentially what this pipeline is all about. Any CRM system is about building the trust so you can get the lead to book the appointment to get the job. If you are not building trust, then this whole thing is for naught. However, it takes a lot of time to build that trust for a lot of people. So let's go here. How we solve this is that people enter same way. Every single pipeline stage automatically moves people to the next. Like there's a timeout. If a specific action does not occur in each specific pipeline stage, an action will time them out and move them to the next logical step. So you never have to worry about manually moving all of these cards. It's just not a good process to do manually. We set it up so that there's a timeout, there's logic baked in so that at no point does any stage ever rack up full of opportunities. At the very least, we want to move people to this nurture funnel, which is the other thing. If you notice here, there's no nurture funnel, right? It just kind of ends. But if you go over here, this nurture funnel never stops. So this is a loop. So this will basically run all year long, every year. As soon as somebody's interested, it just brings them straight back here to the appointment requested stage, right? Or however we structure the pipeline. But the point is here, the two problems that get solved, there is never a pipeline stage that gets stacked up with cards that you don't remember. And the other thing is that this never ends. If you're trying to build trust with your leads or your customers, this is a way to make sure that those people that need those longer customer journeys and more information and more opportunities to get in touch with you have that opportunity. Also make sure that your current customers are still in your ecosystem and you're upselling them and you're checking in with them on a monthly basis. So this increases your lifetime value. It does a ton of things. It becomes a system. It becomes an asset of your business, which is highly valued when you're basically creating your exit plan. There's so many reasons that this needs to be in your business. Manual errors get completely erased. Once you tweak the automation so that it's working flawlessly, you really don't have to worry. Like, there's never a time when you're gonna forget something or it's going to make a mistake. Once you have really honed in on the messaging that works and have really just understood exactly where to place somebody if they don't do something at a certain stage, you've got a really full-fledged system. So this is what we solve. All right, that's it. Till next time.